Hi guys. I really don't know what to say. But I wanted to talk to you guys about a very serious issue, and that is suicide. There was a person who I didn't know very well who committed suicide recently, and I think a lot of people just don't get to the root of the problem. We have suicide hotlines. And they can help. And if someone is feeling that way, I do urge them to seek that help if they feel guided to. But sometimes that is not helpful. Sometimes the root of the problem is how people treat you. Now, I don't know why this person did decide to off themselves, but I do know from personal experiences and from what I've seen in the world that often there's a few reasons why people do this. The first is that they don't feel worthy enough. They don't have enough self love. They feel like anything they do will never be good enough. And I think it's very important that we, as people, start letting everyone know in this world that they are worth being loved and no one deserves to suffer. And that everyone is entitled to happiness. Because they are. No one should have to suffer, no matter what they've done. And the other reason that I've noticed that people do sometimes commit suicide is even if they do love themselves, is that sometimes they feel like their very existence is a burden. And no one's existence is a burden. Everyone's existence is worth something and is valuable on levels that are undescribable because every person matters. Every little thing a person does matters. And the other thing that I've noticed too is a lot has to do with how people treat each other. There are people that can be so cold and tell you that they're going to forget about you, that you don't matter, that you should go to hell. But no, no, no. No one should ever say those things. And if they mean it, then they're talking out of hatred and fear. And that's not true because every person you meet, whether they're good or bad to you, you do remember them. And they are a part of your life. And a part of your life that you will never forget, even if you deny it. And I do feel that we need to show people that they are important in this world. And that they matter, every person we meet. And it is so critical that people show kindness to each other because if they don't, this is why people are sometimes drawn to these things because although it is so important to love oneself, we set the groundwork for people to love themselves by how we treat them. And we, as human beings, are what make this world a better place or a worse place. And it starts when we're really little, with our mothers and our fathers, and whether they're in our lives or not, and how we treat our partners and spouses. Because the world reflects our actions. Whenever something bad happens, people say, I am not responsible. But you are responsible with every action you take. If you choose to be ill in the world, then you are responsible for the ill that follows. And spiritualists will call that karma. Yeah, it is karma, whether you believe in it or not, because you are creating the world that you are living in. And now if you do good with other people, that is going to reflect and good things are going to happen. And I have worked with so many organizations and I have seen how they treat each other, and that is what makes or breaks them. Those that treat their people good things happen and they expand. I'm not sure what else to say on the whole suicide note, except that be mindful of how you treat others. Because a lot of times it's the little things that can save a life. Not the suicide hotline, but how people are with each other. And that's all I have to say. Love you guys.